Hey guys, how you doing? This is Mouse, and this is Healing Adam, an FTM support and encouragement page that I've created just for you. And cut my hair. What I intend to talk to you about today is May 26, 2022, and I'm a week and a day away from my top surgery. And something that I'm realizing about this is that when I was 10 years old, I remember wanting to end it all. And I say that because I knew that breasts would be forming soon and that I wouldn't look the same anymore. And I remember just being so upset about that. Um, yeah, it was interesting. I tried to end it, and I was in my bedroom with something that didn't belong around my neck. And I actually got called down to the kitchen from my mother. And so I stopped and went downstairs to the kitchen. And I was talking to my therapist about it, and I never went back to that thought again. Like, I never thought of ending again. And it wasn't to say that I accepted the changes, but I think some higher power or something else had a plan for me and said, we'll figure this out. So I just went through, and this was in the 70s. I'm a little older. Um, and when I was in high school in the early 80s and coming out, actually, I didn't come out. I knew who I was. I knew that I liked girls. Um, Transgender, transmasculine was not in the vocabulary in the town that I grew up in the school, or I wouldn't even know where to look. I didn't have any kind of anyone to look at. I was in the suburbs of Chicago, and it was all white and all Christian, and that was it. And so it made for a very quiet, secret, and silent youth and growing up. Just played the game until I can get out. And even then, I got to college. I went to DePaul University in Chicago, and I got out, but I still played the game because I couldn't find my tribe yet. I couldn't find my people. And it wasn't until 1996, I think that was the year, there was a march on Washington for queer rights for the LGBTQIA. And then it was just, I think, LGBT or LGB. And even the L and the G didn't like the B. And it was ridiculous. And it's still like that in some cases. So I digress. I was just walking around as a butch lesbian all the time. And I have been called sir my whole life. And I'm going to attribute that to being as tall as I am and playing competitive sports in college. I never slouched. I am a force to be reckoned with walking down the street. And I think I was talking to my therapist about this, and I think that the society knew me before I knew me as this. I consider myself transmasculine. I am in a relationship with a significant other who's a female, cisgender, and it's been 2.5 years now, and I've had many a relationship and 2 marriages, and happy to be here now, and going through this portion of my life with her next to me. But I think what I wanted to talk more about was as my top surgery date was coming closer, what I was realizing is that there are negative habits that I have, or habits that are limiting in their thought and their belief. They come from a defensiveness, they come from a lack mentality, they come from anger, they come from being mad at parents who don't understand. And I can have the top surgery, and I will in a week and a day. but I could, and that is going to feel great. I'm excited about that, no doubt. I'm going to finally match what I'm feeling. And I was telling my therapist I don't want to bring these other things into this new version of me. And although not all of it will be cleaned away and cared for and healed, if you will, but exposed to the light, right? And given a voice, and then I get to make my choice. That's not me. That's not how I want to be anymore. And I want to be a better version of myself, particularly even more presenting more masculine than I am right now. And one of the things that I found hard, and let me rephrase that, did I find it hard? I'm not sure, but I'll explain it to you, and I think you'll know what I mean. Having a female top is frustrating as hell. But loving myself and loving all of myself completely so that I can say goodbye to a part of myself that was like an oops in the factory of putting this person together. And then maybe it's not, it's my journey, right? Like if God meant for you to be this, he would have made you that. Well, there is no he to that gender either, okay? So let's just be realistic that this is a journey for some of us. And to me, as hard as the struggle can be, I feel so blessed to go through this. Wow, I did not expect to say that. I feel so blessed to go through this. I might have to sit with that for a second. I feel so blessed to go through this. Wow. I paused for a second because I had to sit with that statement. And in my spiritual belief, I believe that we are all here to move forward the collective unconsciousness. That we're all here having this experience, and this experience goes back to the oneness, to have more clarity on life, to get more clarity of expression, to just have these experiences. And not all experiences in life are good. Absolutely not. Abso-freaking-lutely not. And if you're here and you're hearing this, there's a reason, right? There is something profound about me going through this. Now, both of my parents have passed away in 2019, both unexpectedly. So after that, I went on T, and here I am 2.5 years later going for top surgery. And the sense of freedom that I have because I don't have them around anymore is really weird, but it's the truth. But I feel more empowered and more myself getting to make this decision for me. I get to make a choice about me and who I want to be and how I want to present. And I think that's the biggest thing that people don't get, is that we don't feel comfortable in this body. And if there's ways, and it's not about like comfortable, loosen the belt, or you got a pebble in your shoe, take it out. It's not that. Like, people don't understand how often I am not fully present because I have a female chest right now. And I think about it all of the time. and always have. Is this shirt too tight? Is it going to show a figure that I don't want to express in the world? Are people going to look at my chest, and they often do when communicating with me, to see if I'm a girl or not? I feel like it has limited me, that it is just not part of what I want to be. And so it's on our minds all of the time. And that's where my dysphoria ends. I don't have an issue with my lower half, and some of my brethren there do. And I feel for you. I feel for you. It's so frustrating sometimes. But A, you're not alone. B, it's never too late. And if you have to be stealth for a year or 5 years, I didn't know until my parents just died that this was actually what I wanted to do. And I started at 53. Are you kidding me? And it's not to say that I didn't, like, again, I presented masculine, but I only knew butch lesbian. And when this got on my radar, like, I could actually be me, and there's a word for it. And just find your safe space until you can get there, is what I want to say. Don't push the river on any of it. Really don't. And if you don't have a therapist, let's find you a therapist. If you're and if all you can do is watch YouTube videos about uplifting things, then do that. There's a plethora of support out here. But we need to just know that it's okay at any stage in your life, and it's okay to be stealth for a while, and for your safety and security. It's okay to plan and put some money away for this. So, anyway, that's where I'm at. And I hope whatever my story helps you a little bit, and that you find a connection here in some way. But I'm happy that you came along, and I'll make another video next week after surgery. Have a great night.